Roll call by the city recorder, please.
Mayor Roland Dykes III.
Here.
Vice Mayor Mike Profit.
Here.
Alderman Mike Hansel.
Here.
Alderman Bobby Knight.
Here.
Alderwoman Luanna Ottinger.
Here.
Alderman Steve Smith.
Here.
City Attorney Terry Hurst.
Here.
City Administrator James Fincham.
Here. Thank you, Tina. Now I have a consideration approval of the minutes from the previous meeting, special call meeting from February 13th, 2019.
I make a motion we approve.
I second.
Both of them.
I'm sorry, you second?
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Okay.
yeah, that's all. Yeah, I thought he made the motion.
He did. Okay, we do have a motion on the board to approve the minutes of the previous meeting and the special call meeting from February 13th, 2019.
Yes.
All in favor, signify by that aye.
Aye.
And all opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Proclamations and a recognition of citizens by the mayor or by the alderman. Coach Prophet has someone he wants to recognize.
Well, I read this, I say it every week and every time we meet, and I think it comes from every one of the aldermen or alderwoman and everything, just to say thank you to some people. You know, I feel like people are doing a good job. I wanted to recognize Tina and James for the good audit we had, and the department head, because it takes you all working together. And you look around a little bit, not every town's got perfect audits, or best we can get without any findings in it. And Mark, I'd like to say thank you again to you. I know you're stepping on some toes, and that's good, because when they start complaining, I know you're doing something. Thank you. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Coach. Communications from the city administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. I just got a couple of things this month. First of all, you may have noticed we are redoing a section of sidewalk up in Newport. During the construction of the water line upgrades, the sewer upgrades up through the area, there was a couple of sections of sidewalk that some years ago, maybe before my time down here, I don't know when, but we had come along and put a cap of asphalt on the sidewalk instead of the property repairing it. Probably is a short-term fix that turned into a permanent fix till now. And what happened was it was starting to crumble, and when they were working up there, they pretty well dig it in. So we tore it out and we put it back the way it should be this time. And so we've got that project well underway. We poured the first section of it yesterday. We had all poured out, fixed, and ready to form and ready to pour. And we were pouring yesterday, and the rain came in and hit us. We thought we were operating with clear sailing, but we had the rain. It hadn't been predicted by the weather forecast, but we come out all right with it. Secondly, we had an incident back in February with our new traffic light system over here at the library. A truck come through and took out one of our posts that holds the crosswalk signals. And so fortunately we did catch the person that did it, and a report was written, and then of course we're going to get their insurance up to fix that. It hadn't been up but barely a month, and it got mowed down. And so I met with Chief Schultz and told him that I wanted them to look seriously when these trucks run over our equipment like that. We charge them with destruction of city property. Even though he has insurance, you know, we want to make sure that he's going to be held liable for fixing that damage. Those things are expensive to put back, and if we charge him with that, then he'll get on the ball and make sure his insurance pays it so he can get off the hook. And we want word to get around that, you know, over in Newport, they don't tolerate you running over their stuff. You better watch what you do. So we're going to try to make that happen in the future. I was pleased that they had got the person who had done it, because they tend to, when they run over things like that, try to make a break for it. And if you find them, they say, well, I had no idea I ran over that. You know? And so I commend them for finding the person who did it, because I don't want him trying to get away if he stopped and reported to himself. I don't know. But I did notice it was gone. And so we're trying to address that, because we're getting our intersections in good shape with crosswalks and all the modern amenities that people expect now, and, we don't want people just running over and tearing them up. They're expensive, we have to pay. We got them, a lot of this stuff put in, on grant money, but we have to fix it on our end. And so, we're not gonna tolerate that. And that's about everything I have, sir.
Was that a semi
Yeah.
truck that hit it?
That trailer, I realize that downtown, you have some tight turns when they were doing the construction on downtown, and they were having to detour the trucks around. One thing, we haven't been doing it today, but one side swap, this new pole that the lights are on right over here, you can still see the scuff on it, where it knocked the black off of it, powder coat down to the metal on it. And so it's tight turns downtown, and I realize that. But still yet, we can't tolerate our stuff getting ran over. Other people manage to make those turns and not run over stuff, so they should be able to do it too.
Okay. Questions for our city administrator? Okay. Appointment of boards, commissions, and committees. We have consideration of reappointment to the Beer Board, Mr. L.C. Gregg.
I make a motion to put Mr. L.C. Gregg back on the Beer Board.
Second.
We have 2 seconds, but so we are in compliance. In any case, we have a motion on the board. It's been properly seconded. We'll approve by a normal sign of aye. And all opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Reports from committees, members of council, and other officers. Gary, you're up. Do you have anything for us for Tanner?
That's quick.
Well,
Perfect.
Is Carlina?
Yeah, she's up.
I'll move forward.
You know what, actually, I could probably defer to Ms. Greta, because she actually led, was that today, right?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, it was this week?
Today.
If you want to go ahead and tell them what was going on up there today.
Okay, yeah, sure. So today we had an awesome cleanup effort at the Tanner Cultural Center, sponsored by Tanner Preservation Alliance and Keep Hot County Beautiful, among other organizations. We had 27 high school seniors for the Tennessee Promise program come, and they worked really hard. It was a great group. They got all of the loose debris cleaned up. A lot of just dust. There's a good coating of dust on things. They did a lot of dusting. They cleaned the interior of the windows as far up as they could reach. And we had so many kids, and as having the cold weather from Martin Luther King Day had put off any outdoor cleanup efforts, we also took a group of kids and walked the community. And we cleaned up 15 bags of trash in the Jonesville neighborhood, which driving through in your car, you really don't see. It didn't look that littered. But as anybody's picked up on the side of the road knows, when you actually get out there and start picking up, walking, that's when you really see things, that are not visible when you're just driving by in your car. So we had a great group of kids and big cleanup effort there. We had them for the whole day. So it was a wonderful program, the Tennessee Promise kids. A lot of good work that they're doing. And they even, after they were done doing everything that we could possibly find for them to do inside the building, came out and redid the rose beds, and we're cleaning up the parking lot, cleared the steps, and did a lot of great work at the building and around the Jonesville neighborhood today.
thank you, Greta. Gary, do you have anything you want to add or update?
Otherwise, we've gotten, the last email I got from the ARC people was that they approved the drawings, and the notice to proceed to bid will come shortly. So as soon as we get that, we're bidding on things. And it'll be a little bit longer than standard bid just because of their standards that they go by. But then I think it's an extra week instead of just 2 weeks. So what is that, the middle of March, be first to middle of April, and we should be open bids.
Okay.
Oh, no, the timeline hasn't, sorry. Yeah, the timeline's got it, the 9th is it's March, right? April
Yes.
meeting is the 9th.
Yes.
The timeline's got opening on the
It'd have to be the week.
the Wednesday before.
Mhm.
So that's what we're looking at.
Okay. Questions for Gary or Greta?
Good job.
Thank you. Unfinished business. Consideration of second reading of ordinance number 2019-02, amending the City of Newport municipal title and alcoholic beverages, changing the alcohol weight and hours of sales.
And Mayor, I'll read the caption of that ordinance into the record. It's ordinance number 2019-02, an ordinance amending the City of Newport Municipal Code Title 8, Alcoholic Beverages, Chapter 1 in general, Sections 8-101, intoxicating liquors prohibited, exceptions, and Chapter 2, beer, Section 8-201, possession and sale lawful, subject to state law, and this article in Section 8-204, hours of sale. This would be the second reading.
Entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
Okay. You get a roll call. Need roll call, Tina, please.
Alderman Mike Hansel,
Yes.
Alderman Bobby Knight,
No.
Alderwoman Luanna Ottinger,
Yes.
Alderman Steve Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mike Profit.
Yes, and I understand both sides of that issue. It's get tough sometimes. The only thing I reckon that's supposed to do is just put everybody on the same level playing field, you know?
Correct. We're just allowing the stores that we regulate to have the same hours of sales that the state allows for businesses that they regulate.
It's a shame that the state don't change that and puts pressure on us, but I wished it was uniform everywhere else besides that. I've got comment, reservations about it too, so Bob, I respect your opinion.
The store owners just said they felt like it was unfair, but some were allowed to do it and they weren't, and we were just trying to make it equal for everybody, where one group didn't feel discriminated against.
Shame people can't wait till after church to get to the liquor store.
Okay. We do have a motion on the board to approve on the second reading, ordinance number 2019-02. We have a vote of, what was it, 4-1, okay? And the ordinance will approve by the normal sign of aye.
We've already voted.
You already voted, though, okay, my bad. Okay, and we had a roll call, so we're good to go.
Yes, sir.
New business. Consideration of master intergovernmental cooperative purchasing agreement between the City of Newport and Omnia Partners.
Mr. Mayor, this is just a renewal of an agreement that the city already has. Omnia Partners purchased U.S. Communities, and the city was already a member of this group. This group is a government-formed organization that does cooperative purchasing, and by joining this group, it just allows us to use any contracts that they have without going through our bidding process, because they have properly went through their bidding process. So it allows us to take advantage of some volume savings that we wouldn't ordinarily get, because, you know, you're looking at a nationwide contract.
Okay. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve is written.
I'll second it.
Okay. We have a motion on the board to approve the consideration of the master intergovernmental cooperative purchasing agreement between the City of Newport and Omnia Partners. Approved by the normal sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you.
Consideration of amending the City of Newport Police Department General Orders. Chief Schultz, is that you?
I have given you all a cover letter. The biggest change is in the accidents involving city vehicles. It puts some enhancement into that. We have done a study about how many accidents we've been involved in the past 3 years and searched for any causes that we might be able to adjust and address, and we are looking into that now. The locks on general order is just, we already have it and use it. It just puts us on the right page with our general orders, giving us the permission to use it. We're covered by the Good Samaritan Act of the state of Tennessee, but this is just a general order that puts us in line with a policy over how we just do use it and report it. And the other two, the fire and just policing and the one about the sex crimes, are recommended by the state, and it just sets forth the standards that are equivalent to the state law as well as the requirements of the Tennessee Peace Officers Standards and Training Commission.
Questions for Chief Schultz? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
I'm second.
All right, we have a motion on the board to approve consideration of amending the City of Newport Police Department General Orders approved by the normal sign. It's been properly seconded, so we approve by the normal sign of aye. Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Consideration of requests for annual events from Cock County Partnership. Where do you win?
I just wanted to come to ask permission for our street festival, our 4 concerts that happen this summer, and the Christmas parade. We do them annually, it's just easier to ask for everything.
Okay. All at once, okay. Okay.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the board to approve the request for annual events from Cock County Partnership.
Got a second.
And we have been properly seconded. We're approved by the normal sign of aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, motion carries.
Good
Thank
job,
you,
Lane.
Mayor. Consideration of renewal of certificate of compliance for retail liquor store, Newport Package Store. Someone here to speak on behalf?
Scott.
It's just a regular routine certificate of compliance, says I'm in, with all the ordinances for the city.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve.
I second it.
All right. We have a motion on the board to approve the renewal of certificate of compliance for retail liquor store, Newport Package Store. It's been properly seconded. It's approved by the normal sign of aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, motion carries. Bids, purchases, and expenses. Have none. Comments from citizens.
I think I'll take this, I'm sorry, I wasn't following along the agenda, I apologize. I'm also here with Keep Cock County Beautiful to give you all a real quick report about our Community Appearance Index. So we've made a little packet for you all that gives you the exact numbers. I'll just hit the highlights real quick and not take up very much of the council's time. Also in this little packet here is some information about our Great American Cleanup, which has just now kicked into gear. And if anybody wants more info about it, I can email stuff out to y'all if you want to if you want the exact numbers from it or any info about that.
Well, I apologize.
They didn't score real well.
I really apologize because
Well, actually, we've had a decrease since last year, which was surprising because the litter, everybody knows, you can see the litter is pretty bad.
well, I apologize for leaving you out. I thought
No,
your,
that was
I
my
thought your
fault. I should
report
just
was
took that
for.
opportunity. That was my fault. That's not your fault at all. So The Community Appearance Index ensures we report to, as a Keep America Beautiful affiliate, we report to them every year, kind of like a grading system. We base on the 7 voting districts, and we have select roads. We drive a mile stretch of each road, and we grade it with a rubric to tell you how bad the litter is, if there's dump sites, if there's graffitis, so on. So I'll just share with you, you can read the numbers for yourselves in there, but I'll just kind of share with you some of the worst spots throughout the county real quick. We had dump sites that we had known about on Mill Creek, Big Creek, Dogwood Stand, Barnes Hollow, Strange Holler, 2 on Bull Mountain Road, Cali Road, on Basinger Road, there's like tires and TVs, it's pretty bad. Holtown Road, Bear Creek, Rankin Hills, a lot of tires. Rock Hill Road, there's a large couch and a couple of dump sites on there that we see pop back up when we clean them. Tires on 2570 before Jimtown. Clear Creek, Ravens Branch, Big Creek, we don't see a whole lot of graffiti out, but Trail Holler and Hartford Road, there is some graffiti there, and on Jimtown Road, underneath the bridge, on the underpass. Another note, on the Rockville Road next to the bridge, there's another dump site. Buffalo Road, Joe Reed Road, there's actually a swimming pool and dump site. Vincent Holler, Rains Road, there's mattresses that have been in a creek that's been soaked with water, and we can't get it down there to move it. On Splashaway Road, Carson Springs. On 160, there's a dump site of tires before Fowler's Road, Coke Boulevard, and then those are all dump sites throughout the county that still need to be cleaned up. And I'll just share with you real quick, for 2019, our roads in the county that scored either a 3 or a 4, which is like the highest, the worst it can get for litter, were in Del Rio, we just do a few roads from each community to kind of grade it. In Del Rio, it was Midway Road and Puget Road. In Bobby, the lower part of 160, which I do believe the litter crew has gotten out there since then to clean a lot of that up, and Waxwing Road. In Grassy Fork and Hartford, there was Barnes Hollow Road and then Grassy Fork Road itself. In Cosby, there were 3 that were pretty bad, Middle Creek, Cooper Highway, and Dark Holler. And then Carson Springs, there was actually a lot this year through Carson Springs, Rankin Hill 25E, Carson Springs Road, Rains Road, Splashway Road, Clevenger Cutoff, New Cave Church, and then the old 411 was also pretty bad. In Newport, Jimtown Road, Morel Springs was pretty bad this year. Coke Boulevard, just where you first come on. Heritage Boulevard, but that was all pretty much condensed like right at Weigels. Right across from Weigels. When you get on down, like the movie theater, there's nothing. But because it was so much at that time across from Weigels, it had a high score. And then Amanda Circle, which is near the Newport Housing Authority projects. And if y'all don't care just to look over those Great American Cleanup events, we're really looking for volunteers. If you can spread the word and help us to recruit folks for our Douglas Lake cleanup. We do the big spring clean your home, where we take literally anything that's not just plain trash and find a way to dispose of it that's environmentally sound. Torn, tattered American flags, old eyeglasses, literally anything. Electronics recycling has had a much higher demand as technology advances. We started doing 2 of those a year. So we do one in April within our spring clean your home event, which is in your packet. And we've also started doing a second one in the fall now every year because we've had such a high demand for electronics recycling. So thank you all so much.
Is the Sheriff's Department litter crew still working with you, aren't they?
Yes, sir, but unfortunately, as everybody knows, David has had a lot of physical health problems that has kind of kept him out of the loop, and that's hurt us a lot. And as of right now, unless something has changed the last couple of weeks, we're down to 1 litter crew officer. So that's Dayton.
They've been helping us up around school, I know.
Yeah, and so everything has been on him, and at one time we had 3 or even 4 litter crew officers, so that's part of the issue that you're seeing, with the recycling getting full and the litter being so bad on the roads, is that we only have 1 officer that's able to take out workers to clean up right now. So, yeah, it's been pretty bad. But as a whole, surprisingly, our score is actually decreased, so we actually have less litter than we did at this time last year when we did our community appearance index, which was a surprise to me personally, because a lot of the roads I see, I feel like it's worse this year than it was this time last year. But overall, as a county, our score has decreased some, so that's good news.
Did I understand you to say that the April 27th spring clean, that includes electronics?
Yes, sir. We literally take anything that is not just like plain household trash. We'll recycle anything for you. We take, used clothing items, even like torn and tattered blankets and towels, we bring them to the animal shelter. We have the folks come from Nashville every year, and they are able to dispose of any household hazardous waste that you have, like pesticides, paints, chemicals. If you have a question about it, bring it to us. We will take care of it. They come and they have the hazmat suits. I mean, we do a really big setup. It's in Lowe's parking lot almost all day. And you can also keep up with us through our website, or Mika's great about keeping up with our Facebook page. You can follow us on Facebook, and she posts everything on there, our events and everything on there. But yeah, it's a big all-day event. I mean, literally anything that is not just plain household trash, you bring it to us and we'll take care of it for you.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate
Anybody?
it.
Thank you.
Questions for